Reforestation is underway in a remote part of Cascade County in response to a wildfire. Tonight, MTN's Colter Anstead takes us to the Sheep Creek Ranch to learn about what's being done and why it's important.
This land here behind me in Cascade County and much more on this particular property burned during a wildfire in 2021. Now, just about 2 years later, the land is making a remarkable comeback thanks to an important and collaborative effort.
On a long and winding dirt road up into the high country on Sheep Creek Ranch, large swaths of trees burned by the 2021 Harris Mountain wildfire can still be seen. The lightning-caused fire burned through almost all of the land on the ranch, which serves as a migration corridor for the greater Yellowstone ecosystem and is a major source of income for landowner Don Harland and his family.
Down low, we didn't get as much damage, but as it came up here, it was crowning, meaning that it was in the tops of the trees. The temperature, they tell me it was close to 2,000 degrees, and so as we went up higher and higher, it pretty much sanitized everything. This area that we're looking at right now was just black, you know, and then when everything was washing down in the creeks, and it was a disaster.
Harland is working with a company called Mast Reforestation to plant thousands of new trees, a project that started in 2022.
Started out by mapping the site and developing a sophisticated reforestation prescription that took into account slope, aspect, soils, native species, availability of native seeds.
Arnaud De Viegas is Mast Reforestation's Vice President of Business Development and says the project has been a historic undertaking.
We undertook a historic cone collection last year in partnership with the Montana Department of Natural Resources and the Bureau of Land Management. That really is, in many ways, the first of its kind in the western United States to partner on that collection. Increased seed supply quite substantially for the state of Montana.
So what we're trying to do here is skip the next 40, 50 years and get trees in the ground so that we rehabilitate this forest, and you know, we give it a huge head start.
And that is
on the road up to the high country, passing through the fire-damaged landscape. Montana Forest Consultants consulting forester Zachary Bashore explained part of the project includes cutting down many of the burned trees.
we methodically had multiple timber falling crews come out and fall trees adjacent with the slope for erosion control.
Farther up the road, a tree planting crew was returning from a day of planting.
We're working through the rain on steep slopes, rocky soils, to find the best planting spots for lodgepole pine seedlings.
The planting is taking place over 2 weeks with as many as 18,000 seedlings planted in one day.
It's a lot of work. I've heard it be the reckoned with or equated with the equivalent of running several marathons in terms of the caloric output.
Over the next 2 years, Douglas fir and ponderosa pine will also be planted.
We come to a site like this one and see our seedlings in the ground, and that's real validation of our tireless efforts, ensuring that we have healthy, resilient forests for generations to come.
The payoff for us is going to be getting to see this place reforested, hopefully being able to bring my grandkids out here one day and seeing trees in a forest that we've played an integral part in restoring.
When you own land like this, you find that you're in love with it, and it's your responsibility. You're the steward of this land, so you want to take care of it just like you would your children or your family, and you want to leave it better than when you found it, or at least as good.
To find out more about the work Mast is doing, click on the link in this story on our website. In Cascade County, Colter Anstead, MTN News.